Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Jillian Kendrick here. I am an Infusionsoft certified partner, owner of the Insight Mastermind and JillianKendrick.com. Check me out. For any of you business owners out there who did not attend SuccessCon in San Diego, California about 2 weeks ago, you have missed out. Make sure that you get a ticket to next year because it was a fantastic event put on by Tyler Garnes and Box Out Marketing. Definitely make sure that you are there ready to go next year. So as some of you might know, some of you might not know, hi Kyla, I had the absolute pleasure and honor of speaking at SuccessCon, and I was completely blown away by even getting invited to speak. So to tell you guys, Tyler announced that he was going to ask other certified partners and people to speak at SuccessCon, and I was like, you know what? I need to get out of my comfort zone. I need to be a better business owner. I need to do more. I need to do more of this sort of stuff. And so I'm gonna apply to be a speaker at SuccessCon. But wait, I don't have a speech. I've never done this before. Sure, I've performed and I have a music degree. I have spoken by leading groups and doing other things in other capacities, but I had never spoken in this capacity to a group of like-minded individuals and a group of peers at this level. And I was so nervous, and I was especially nervous because I didn't have a speech. Hello, you can't really be a speaker without having something to talk about and having a speech to deliver. So the day that I got the notification that Tyler was accepting speakers or accepting applications for speakers, I went ahead and very quickly, within 10 or 15 minutes, wrote out my outline to my speech and explaining who I am and what I'm about. And hey, I've never spoken, but I've done this other thing and I've done that other thing. And if you just give me a chance, I'll do my absolute best. So I submitted my application and didn't hear back anything for a couple of weeks or whatever. And then out of nowhere on a Friday at 5 p.m., I get this email from Tyler Garnes saying, congratulations, your application to be a speaker at SuccessCon has been accepted and we're so excited to have you. And here's all the details, blah, blah. And I was like, are you sure you didn't send the right email to the wrong person? Are you for real? And I had a little panic attack for just a minute thinking, oh my God. I did it and I got accepted, but now guess what that actually means? It means a ton of work on the other end for me to prepare my speech, to practice, to get all of this stuff together and get my lead magnet together and make sure that I have something to offer and can I sell from stage and blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff just running through my head. So, and by the way, guys, I had none of this prepared. Like I said, in submitting the application, I just created my outline for my talk. There are plenty of other speakers that went to SuccessCon that have spoken in other capacities, that have spoken at a digital marketer event, or they've spoken at Icon, or they've spoken, in different places within this same capacity, but I had never been there. I had never had that opportunity or chance. And so I was freaked out, of course. And now I have to write a speech, I have to create slides, I have to create this, I have to do all that. Thanks, Kath. I was really, really nervous and excited at the same time. Thanks, Doug. So I created my slides, created my speech, I practiced, I did Zooms ahead of time to make sure that I was in front of a live audience doing what I needed to do to make sure that I was prepared so that I didn't embarrass myself and act a fool in front of a humongous crowd of my peers and people who could potentially be clients of mine. So that was really, really nerve-wracking. And the honest truth, as funny as all of that is, the honest truth is that I genuinely considered not going. I genuinely considered emailing Tyler and either faking being sick or saying, this isn't me. I don't know if I can do this. I'm really nervous. This isn't quite my zone. But somehow I ignored that little voice. I ignored that piece of me that said, this is beyond you, or that little voice inside of our head telling us like, you can't do this. I ignored all of that. Sometimes it was a little easier than others. Sometimes it took compartmentalizing that fear and pushing it to the side just long enough to do my Zoom call and then practice and feel a little bit better about it. But I was worried and scared and concerned that, what if I get up there in front of people that I love and admire and respect, and people that could potentially be clients of mine, and I make a fool of myself? Or what if I trip? Or what if I say the wrong thing? What if I stumble? What if I just stand there going, who has questions? Anybody have questions, please? Because I need to kill time. Anybody have questions? Anything? No? Shit. So it was just an overwhelming thought in me that I potentially couldn't do this thing that I said I wanted to do, but I was able somehow to compartmentalize that fear just long enough to practice, to work on my slides, to get things done, to do what I needed to do in order to be prepared for it. And the best part of this that actually several people don't know yet is so as speakers at SuccessCon, what Box Out Marketing chose to do was, rather than send out surveys later, rather than sell from stage or anything like that, they decided to hand out little sheets of paper at the end of every speaker's presentation that said, rate this speaker from 1 to 10 based on, their knowledge of the topic, based on whether it's applicable to your business, based on, a couple of different factors. And then check a box if you want to receive their lead magnet and you want to hear more from them. And what I didn't realize at the time was that they were going to compile all of these stats and send those details to each one of the individual speakers, of which there were 39 total, if I remember correctly, 39 total speakers at this event, some of whom are amazing people, some of whom have been in this marketing industry for years and years, some of whom helped shape what this industry is today. I'm sure if I could name names, you could as well, very easily. But there were some great people, great presentations, amazing speakers there, and I was truly honored and blessed to have been one of them, and so grateful that I didn't listen to all of those little voices and all of that fear telling me that I couldn't do it, or that I shouldn't do it, or that I'm not good enough, or that this is out of my league or beyond me, because it was. But now that I've achieved that, and that's really all that I wanted. I didn't ask for, great feedback. I didn't ask for any of that. All I wanted was to get this under my belt and to say that I've done this and I've accomplished it, and now I can move on to doing that again. I mean, there were some speakers there that, like I said, one of them that I went to his talk, he was like, yeah, I didn't really know what I was going to talk about, and I just kind of reused a talk that I did for something else. His talk was awesome, so good for him for reusing it. I had to build mine from scratch. But the thing that I've been skirting around for a minute that I didn't tell anybody is, in the rating from 0 to 10, every speaker got a rating, and they compiled all those ratings into an average and sent an email to everybody who spoke. And my rating, my score that people who attended my speech gave me was good enough to rank me as number 6 of the top speakers of 39 speakers at SuccessCon. My rating, based on the rating that people gave me at the speech, was enough to thanks Doug, was enough to rank me as number 6 out of 39 speakers who spoke at that event. And again, I kind of had that feeling like, are you sure you didn't send the right email to the wrong person? Like, are you sure? Are you sure that this is meant for me? Are you sure that this is the right thing? But I couldn't be more proud and more happy and more excited. Thanks, Brea. I couldn't be more happy and proud and excited that I even went and did that thing, let alone the fact that I did it so well, and I did it well enough and impressed the people that attended my speech enough to make me rank 6th out of 39 different speakers that were amazing speakers that were at this event. I am blown away and humbled and so grateful, and it's truly a testament to the fact that there are things in our world, whether you're a business owner or not, there are things in our world that scare us, that are beyond the level of which we've achieved now, or beyond the level of which we think that we could achieve. And if we don't challenge ourselves, if we don't put ourselves out there and even give ourselves the opportunity. It's not about other people giving you opportunities. I didn't have Box Out Marketing banging down my door saying, Jillian, you're so amazing, we need to have you at our talk. Like, no, I had to apply. I had to make the choice that this was something that I wanted to stretch beyond myself and what I was capable of, that I wanted to get outside of my own comfort zone and do something that was bigger than myself or better than myself and achieve greater than me. And so whether you're a business owner or not, I think everyone can relate to that feeling of thinking, gosh, am I going to screw this up? Am I good enough? Do I know enough? Am I worthy of even doing this thing? And if you can, thanks, George, if you can silence those fears just long enough to go and do the thing that you need to do. For me, it was also making this video. I'm sitting here in my office thinking, oh, what am I going to say? How am I going to do this? But if you can compartmentalize those fears and push them aside just long enough to go and do the thing that's going to make you awesome, and it's going to change the perspective that you have about yourself or your business or what you're capable of, you really truly can achieve just about anything, whether you're in business, whether you're not, whether you're learning a software, whether you're trying to hire someone, whether you are exercising and dieting, like whatever it is, you can definitely do it. And the fact that I have never spoken in this capacity, yeah, fear totally sucks. Fear's an asshole. Don't listen to it. The fact that I, having never actually spoken in this capacity ever, and I'm sitting there about a half hour before I'm supposed to go on stage and speak, and like my heart is racing and my stomach's churning and I'm like freaking out thinking about all the things that can go wrong, not realizing that all of the things that can go right absolutely outweigh and outmeasure the things that can go wrong. And as a result of that, I am humbled and honored and still really in shock at the fact that I can count myself among the top 6 speakers at SuccessCon. I'm so grateful for that. So I just wanted to spread this message of encouragement and love and let you guys know that not just that, okay, if I can do it, you can do it, but you can do it with tools and with strategies and with tactics for overcoming your fear and getting beyond something that that you might be worried about or nervous about. To that point, anyone, yeah, and actually George brings up a good point. At my speech, so I was going through my slides and I got to a slide where I said, okay, who am I and why should you even care about what I'm talking about? And I said, well, I am an Infusionsoft certified partner. I own Informed Marketing Solutions. I do this, I do that, blah, blah, blah. But the thing that's not on this slide is the fact that I went to school for music. I was supposed to be an opera singer. I didn't have it in my mind that as a child that I was gonna be working in marketing automation. In fact, it didn't even exist back then. And the point was to say that if I can learn all of this on my own and I can get to this point, that other people can as well. And I mentioned that I sang opera and that I was meant to be an opera singer. And I said, you know, if there's time left at the end of the talk, I'll be happy to sing for you guys. And sure enough, there was time left at the end of the talk, and someone was like, oh, sing. So I did. I sang some opera for everybody, and it was amazing. It really blew me away. It was such a pleasure. One of the reasons, I don't talk about this very often, but one of the reasons that I got into marketing was because music for me got to the point where it was really exhausting. Music for me, when it became my job and when it became something that I had to do, it was exhausting and it became a chore, and I didn't love it anymore, and I didn't want to do that. And in fact, when I was growing up, my dad especially, and I love my dad would kind of like elbow me in the side and be like, Jill, sing for everybody. And it was great because I knew how proud he was of me, but it was also really difficult because I didn't want to feel like I was his jack in the box. Like any time that he wanted me to perform, or anybody else for that matter, this is not just about him, or anybody else wanted me to perform, that they could just kind of like wind me up and I'd, you know, pop out and sing. And it got to the point, at least for me, where it felt like an exploitation of the talent that I had. And I wanted to grow beyond that. I wanted to release myself from that identity. I wanted to get away from being the person that could only sing. And even still to this day, like, I don't know, but how many people who have ever heard me sing and have worked with me in a professional capacity, how many of them would remember, oh, she's really good at Infusionsoft. She's really good at creating lead magnets. She's really good at internet marketing. How many of them are going to remember that versus, oh, she sings opera, and that's what they're going to associate me with. And so I wanted to, I hated that identity, and I wanted to get rid of that identity or that part of my life, because it got to the point where for me, it was the only thing that people talked about me about. And so I was like, I'm independent, I'm gonna prove myself, I'm gonna do other things. And so I got into another industry, and somehow I keep finding myself going back to music. And now I can love it again. Now I can get to the point where it doesn't feel like a chore, and it doesn't feel like an exploitation of my talent anymore. And I really do love it. So anyway, I just wanted to share all of that with you to let you guys know, whether or not you work at Infusionsoft, whether or not you're a business owner, whether or not you're a singer, you've been down that road of feeling like, oh my gosh, this isn't me, I can't do this, I don't know if I'm capable of this. You absolutely are. And if there is something that I can do to either encourage you, or we can get on the phone and have a strategy session, or if I can pray for you, or if I can do anything at all in that capacity or another, please feel free to let me know. Also, for anyone who attended SuccessCon or anyone who didn't, if you're interested in learning how to create a lead magnet, I have recordings of the Zoom calls that I did prior to SuccessCon, which I would be happy to share. I can also share my lead magnet is literally that, 7 secrets on how to create a lead magnet. So if you're interested in grabbing a copy of that, please let me know, and I would be more than happy to share that with you as well. And I just wanted to take a minute and talk to you guys about this amazing experience that I had. So blessings and love to you all, and please feel free to reach out. We'll talk soon. Bye, guys.